Hello students, welcome to the class again. I am Ragni Tiwari, your English teacher, and again we are going to continue our story, The Lost Spring. So from here we are going to start our story where we have left the story. Listen carefully students. Why aren't you wearing chappals? I asked one. My mother did not bring them down from the shelf. He answers simply. Here I asked one here. Narrator asked to one of the rag pickers. As she was knowing many rag pickers, the group of the boys, so she asked any one of them that why aren't you wearing chappals? Okay. My mother did not bring them down from the shelf, he answered simply. So the narrator, when she asked that why was he not wearing any footwear, the boy simply replied that his mother did not get them down from the shelf. As they were beyond his reach, he did not wear them. Even if she did, he will throw them off, adds another boy, who is wearing shoes that do not match. When I comment on it, he shuffles his feet and says nothing. I want shoes, says a third boy. I want shoes, says a third boy. Third boy who has never owned a pair of shoes all his life. Traveling across the country, I have seen children walking barefoot in cities on village roads. It is not lack of money, but a tradition to stay barefoot is one explanation. Okay, listen carefully. That the another boy who was wearing a different shoe in each foot said that even if his mother would have given him the footwear, he would have thrown it away. Why? He meant that the boy was not wearing footwear because he did not want to wear one. The writer asked the second boy the reason for wearing a different shoes in each foot. He did not reply and shuffled. He slides them over each other. Okay? And shuffled his feet as he tried to hide the shoes. The boy tried to hide the shoes because it was different. A third boy spoke that he was eager to get a pair of shoes. Okay? Another was hiding another, and the third boy was saying that he was eager to wear a pair of shoes as he had never owned one all his life. He never owned any shoes all his life. So the writer takes the example of shoes to highlight the condition of these boys actually. Why she has taken the example of shoes? To highlight the condition of rag pickers. They search the garbage dump for such precious things actually. We have discussed in our previous class that what is the gold for them. Actually, the boys were searching such kind of precious things in the garbage. She further tells us that as she traveled across the country, she had seen many children walking barefoot in the cities as well as the villages. They reasoned that they were barefoot not due to lack of money. Students, see, they are not barefoot not because of lack of money to buy footwear, but being barefoot was a tradition for them. Okay, so it became a tradition for them, and the writer wondered and concluded that the reason of it being a tradition was a mere excuse. It was a mere excuse. I wonder I wonder if this is only an excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty, perpetual state, students, with never ending condition, continuous condition, never ending, which has no end of poverty, no end of poverty. If this is only an excuse, that the reason of it being a tradition was a mere excuse to hide the fact that they were so poor that they could not afford footwear. Okay, they were this much poor that they could not afford footwear. I remember a story a man from Udipi once told me. As a young boy, he would go to school past an old temple where his father was a priest. Here, The writer narrates a story. Here, the narrator narrates us a story told to her by a man. Who told her that story? It has been told to her by a man from Udupi. Okay, the man belongs from Udupi. Udupi is where? It is a town in Karnataka. Okay, Udupi is in Karnataka. It is a town in Karnataka. So, a man who belongs to Udupi, the man told a story to the narrator, and narrator was telling us. The young man who has a young boy, who was a young boy. The young man who was a young boy, he would walk to his school on the way. As a young boy, he would go to school past an old temple. So he would walk to school, and on the way he would cross a temple. Okay, while going to school, he would cross a temple where his father worked as a priest. The young boy's father was a priest in that temple. Okay, he would stop briefly at the temple and pray for a pair of shoes. 30 years later, I visited his town and the temple, which was now drowned in an air of desolation. Drowned in an air of desolation. Desolation means the state of being empty. Okay, the state of being empty, the state of being so vacant. So here, he would stop at the temple and pray to God to bless him with a pair of shoes. The boy stopped at the temple and he prayed to God a pair of shoes. And the God to bless him with a pair of shoes after 30 years. 30 years later, I visited his town and the temple. After 30 years, narrator visited that town and the temple, and the same temple again. Okay, he would stop at the temple. She would stop there at the temple. The writer visited town and the temple. Now the place was nearly empty, desolation. Okay, the place which writer observed before 30 years, after 30 years, she found that place was so empty. Okay, nearly empty. In the backyard where lived the new priest, there were red and white plastic chairs. A young boy dressed in a grey uniform, wearing socks and shoes, arrived panting, and threw his school bag on a folding bed. Looking at the boy, I remembered the prayer another boy had made to the goddess when he had finally got a pair of shoes. Let me never lose them. The goddess has granted his prayer. Young boys like the son of priest now wore shoes, but many other like the rag pickers in my neighborhood remain shoeless. So, what is the explanation of this? From here in the backyard. Okay, now the place was so nearly empty. The new priest lived in the backyard of the temple. Plastic chairs were kept there in the backyard. A young boy came running. And he was wearing grey colored school uniform, socks and shoes. He had a school bag hung on his shoulder. He threw it where? On the bed, and ran away. The writer wants to say that the financial position of the priest at the temple had improved over the last 30 years. The financial condition of the priest of the temple had improved over the last 30 years. Now he could afford shoes for his children. Now the priest could afford shoes for his children. Here, a young boy like son of priest now wore shoes, but many other like the rag pickers. And one more story, I remembered the prayer another boy. Here in this line, the narrator was reminded of another story of a boy who got a pair of shoes. He prayed to the God that he may never lose the shoes that he had got. And the God granted his prayer as the boy never lost his footwear. So this shows us that the underprivileged value anything that they get because they have been longing for. Because they have been longing for. But there were some children like rag pickers. They remained in the same position. Their position is not going to change like priest's son or the other boys. Okay, students, so this is it for today. I hope you all have understood. If not, please listen this video again and again and underline please note it down the meaning here. What is the meaning of panting? I didn't tell you. Panting, taking short and quick breathe. Okay, taking short and quick breathe. So, okay, students, take care. Have a nice day.